Oh, it's fun. Never know what's going to happen.
That's the beauty of music.
Well, Avi, thank you for joining me today, and thank
you
you for coming here and recording tracks for my album. Wow.
Such a pleasure. I'm so excited. I mean, I know this is our first time working together in this capacity, and hope you like the pieces that I've contributed.
It transforms it. You know, it gives it something unusual.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect tabla in sea shanties, so it's well, this is for the sailing album, and so
well, I'm excited to hear what the album is going to sound like when it's all said and done, and hopefully my contributions will add to your vision. And,
they really do. I was working with the authentic Baran and everything, and I said it needs something a little different, and so that suddenly it occurred to me.
Well, I'm happy that you thought about me, and hopefully I'm doing justice to your album.
Oh yes, yes, absolutely. And it's going to be all original except for this one, which is an improv on Drunken Sailor and the Wellerman.
No, it's a beautiful piece, and I wish you well on this next album. And this is our first time actually.
First time recording together.
Can you imagine after all these years? Like now we're actually recording. Like, come on.
Yes. Shouldn't we have done this like 5 years ago?
Right. No, but it's amazing. It's always a pleasure being with you here and creating beautiful music.
We have to hang out more together. I just love the way you play, and it just transforms the music. It makes it something different and unique and wonderful. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to be really organic I think being yourself is crucial to performance. And you know, with production work in the studio, everything is so processed that we tend to lose that sense of that organic feel. And playing with you, it always feels organic. And
well, that's the only way it can be.
I think, yeah. And so
yeah.
It's truly a pleasure.
Well, I want to thank Andy for letting us borrow his living room for this. He doesn't know we're here.
He'll find out soon.
He'll find out when he watches it, right?
Right.
Well, let me show you the view from here.
Yeah.
So this is our next door neighbor, Andy here, or Brian's next door neighbor, and that's a view of. And so where's Brian, you may ask? He is out there someplace.
Sailing.
He is sailing into the sunset, and hopefully he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, wouldn't you know, Brian goes out sailing just when I'm recording my sailing album. But great to have Avi, come and join me. So it's going to be, kind of full steam ahead now, working on the sailing album. And this is Avi Sharma, great tabla player. And I hadn't, as I mentioned before, just it wasn't the first thing that sprung to mind when I'm thinking about accompaniment for shanties, but it really works, doesn't it? So. Anyways, got some hellos here, and hi, Bob in Gloucester. I'm going to be coming to Gloucester, yes, playing for the Cape Ann Finns at the Finn Fun Fest, all right? So be sure to catch the end of October. That's a little ways off yet, but that should be cool for all my fellow Finnish Americans out there in the Gloucester area. And hi, Bunny, that was the Wellerman, yes, medleyed with sort of a version of Drunken Sailor, so... hence the Drunken Wellerman is a new name for that medley, and I'm going to be recording that with Phil Keggy as well, and we've done some recording already. If you want, I can play a little bit of the some of the tracks that we recorded just earlier with Avi, and. Hey, Bunny, no, don't watch on the big screen. Go back to the little screen. It just came out of swimming in the ocean. I haven't combed my hair. So, yeah, go back to the little screen. Well, anyway, I keep on saying I'm not going to do Monday Live, but there's just things I want to share with you, right? And Brian did make it back in time for dinner here. We'll play a little bit. He came back while we were recording Let Loose and Fly. So we'll play a little bit of that while he's coming. That's right, that's Brian coming in. So that he arrives in time for dinner, especially since Avi was cooking. let's put the anchor down. Oh no, he's grabbing the paper for the day. Wow, cool stuff. Well, Marty is asked about Brian's jib. It does roll up. He does have roller furling on his jib, so good sailing questions. You know, we need to have some more volunteers for the sailing questions for the sailing game that we're working on. I think I mentioned that last week, right at the end of the Monday Live. So if you have some sailing trivia, you want to go ahead and email our way. We can use some of that. So that is cello, yeah. That's on that recording as well. Yeah, and Phil Keggy on that second guitar. Phil just has really been amazing what he's added to the music in this. So, and that was a tune that I wrote for Frank when he won the contest of having a song written for you. I guess I should do that kind of contest again. That worked out pretty well. So, and Frank had suggested he would like a song about the hot air balloons taking off, and he wanted it in Dad-Gad tuning. So that's it was the inspiration behind that, and it was also written on the sailboat, so it has that little sailing feel, and then thinking about the air balloons taking off into the air, and hence the title. So yes, you know, I might share some more of the cuts just as they're being created. So they're not mastered or anything. So if you want, maybe in some future Monday Lives, as I start mixing together some tracks, I'll play bits of them if you like. So I'm going to make these Monday Lives a little shorter. But I wanted to mention that if you wanted to see some more of Avi, I think I included a link for a jam that we did a few years ago, I think. And that we have another question about Andrew, is singing harmony on some of the cuts, not on this cut. This is an instrumental cut. And I just finished a new one. So maybe it needs a lower voice for the lead, but I can do the harmony. I'll just do a little bit of it. I started this earlier, just finished it yesterday. Last of provisions are packed in the chest, except for some biscuits and rum. One is for Neptune, we'll take the rest. God willing, the seas don't roll over us. Sailing to yesterday, leaving today. Soon as the tide starts falling, the outgoing currents will carry us away. Sailing to yesterday. Sailing to yesterday, leaving today. Soon as the tide starts falling, then outgoing currents will carry us away. Sailing to yesterday, bound for Maine, bound for Maine. Yeah, that's actually a lot longer than that, so I got a whole bunch of verses now, but thought I'd just play a little bit of it. I had written that song, and our friend Andrew sang a wonderful part on it, and I said something just wasn't right on it, and I realized it was the melody, and so I just started completely all over again. The only thing that's still the same is the title, Sailing to Yesterday, because it was really like doing that when we were in Maine. So, well, I have a question for you here. I noticed that a couple of weeks ago I did the Monday Live where we saved the two little goslings. I don't know if you call swans goslings. The swanlings, and brought them back to their family. And I worked up a tune to play during that, and nobody still, I don't think, has guessed the name of the tune. So I thought I'd play a little bit of it again because we just saw the family again just a little bit ago, and they are still happy here. So let's play a little bit and see if anyone knows this tune. I used to play this guitar and flute years ago. Okay, so and cygnets, that's it. The cygnet is that's swan in French, isn't it? Um, so bingo. All right, I didn't realize that. And no, it's not the Swan Song. It's not Dying Swan. Um, this is called simply The Swan by Saint-Saëns, a French composer, and it was for Carnival of the Animals. He did it really for children, and this was the only tune that he would let have performed in public during his lifetime because he thought it was a little bit beneath him to have these rather trite, as he calls them, songs. So he didn't want to harm his reputation as a serious composer. But this one, he's still considered enough of an eloquent composition, as you could say, to play. So interesting on that. But yeah, The Swan by Saint-Saëns. Well, I guess that's it for this week, and not sure what we're going to do next week. But if anyone is interested in the sailing project and the sailing game that goes with it, just pop me a note or an email. Gee, I need glasses these days to see your comments. I didn't used to. I don't know what happened. Okay, we have a note from Marty. Cygnets keep their name until they're about a year old, at which time they have two options for names. Swan, and a female swan is called a pen. Holy smokes, I didn't know that one. Okay. Well, thanks. All right. I will catch you next Monday in one form or another, and have a wonderful week, and see you then. And some links there to the Swan Rescue and also
There's a link for some jams that we did earlier with Avi Sharma. Okay, see you next week.